listeners, and welcome to another amazing episode of InvoTalks. Today's episode is going to be very exciting because it's all about gaming industry, how gaming industry is evolving, how generative AI is playing its role in game development, what are the trends, what will be the trends in 2023 and onwards. And since gaming industry is booming right now, and according to the latest updates, there are approximately 3.09 billion active video gamers worldwide. Yes, you heard it right. It's 3.09 active gamers worldwide. And I believe it because our vertical Invo Games is unbelievably growing in the gaming projects. And today we have the amazing and delightful Daniel Toggenburger with us, who is the director of strategic partnerships at AirConsole. And AirConsole is basically an innovative video game platform that transforms the browser into video games, consoles, and smartphones into gamepads. And the best part about Daniel and AirConsole is that these guys are exhibiting at MWC. So if you guys are looking to meet him or want to collaborate with him and his team, you can visit him on MWC. So hello, Daniel, and how are you?
I see. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Daniel, I would love to hear about your background and how did you enter into the gaming industry?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks again for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here. So, me personally, I've worked in business development all my actual life. I started out in telecommunication industry before transitioning to finance in 2008. In 2018, I co-founded a fintech startup that created a B2B payment and FX platform. But then after 13 years in the finance industry, I wanted to do something new, something I could identify with more. Initially, my plan was to found a company that helps startups with scaling their growth. But then I received an offer from an AI-based home security company, which I joined in 2021. That was a great experience, but that was still not really what I was looking for and not where I felt at home. So what you have to know about me is I'm a lifelong gamer. And when I say gamer, I mean gamer. I'm a co-founder and captain of a semi-competitive esports team. So we're basically a group of friends that play video games together, mainly first-person shooters. And during the COVID lockdowns, we had a lot of time on our hands, so we elevated our gaming to the next level. So for me, a job in the gaming industry was obviously a dream scenario that finally materialized last year when I joined AirConsole. And it's safe to say that being part of this company and this industry has far exceeded my expectations, and I had finally found a home.
Please tell us about AirConsole and how it is bringing back local multiplayer gaming in the most intuitive way.
Sure. So AirConsole is a gaming platform that provides instant access to 180 games using your smartphones as game controllers. So AirConsole transforms cars and TVs into a multiplayer gaming console and smartphones into controllers. So with this solution, we are accomplishing what the touchscreen on the smartphone accomplished with its inception. We are making local multiplayer gaming accessible for people that do not own traditional gaming hardware. Initially, the platform started as a browser solution before transitioning to the big screen, the TV, and now eventually to the car with our new partnership with BMW. Cars are rapidly becoming our second living rooms, and with our solutions, we enable drivers to enjoy immersive entertainment moments while waiting in their car, for example, when charging, as well as bringing next level entertainment to the backseat of the car. So no more are we there yet from your kids when you're on a road trip.
Okay, great. So you are into massive multiplayer games as well?
Yes, so local multiplayer games, right? That's the whole idea. People can connect with their phones to a screen That screen can be in their house, their TV screen. The screen can be in their car, and they can play together. They can enjoy casual games, and that's the great aspect of it, right? It has a multiplayer aspect, a local multiplayer aspect. So you're not playing with your friend that is sitting in his house. You're playing with your friend or your family member that sits with you in front of your TV or in your car. It's a social experience.
Wow.
Bring social back into video games.
Yeah, and it's the best way to connect with the people as well. Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about some latest trends in the gaming industry. So Daniel, how much role generative AI is playing in the gaming industry?
Yeah, that is a great question, and obviously extremely relevant at this point in time. So before I elaborate on the potential disruption that generative AI can have on the gaming industry, let me maybe quickly explain what we're talking about exactly. So generative AI is a subset of AI models that can create codes, videos, art, text, essentially all forms of content. So for example, large language model can create human-like text, and the output is hard to distinct from human creation. And that obviously creates an abundance of opportunities for various industries, since scaling becomes so much faster compared to human creation. I mean, right now we are at the very beginning of what AI can do. It all started out with simple optimization of processes such as cron jobs. And now the big next question is, will it also be able to automate knowledge work? And that's also relevant when it comes to gaming. Because right now the limits of AI context awareness is common sense, but how long till this bridge is kept? So obviously, as with everything, innovation can bring chances, but also risks, something that I think we need to highlight also when it comes to gaming. Risks such as plagiarism, copyrights, uncompensated labor, and privacy and security. I mean, we have all already witnessed
It's a lot.
that deepfakes you can have on privacy and security, right? But the positive disruption it will bring to the gaming industry is not disputable. So what you have to understand is that the success of some games is based purely on graphics, right? So game developers will now be able to come up with graphical items and concepts for games, and then let the AI take care of a lot of the design programming, a process that is normally taking up the lion's share of time when it comes to developing a new game. So obviously that will shorten the development cycles and hence ensure continued and increased engagement from users, which is obviously exactly what game developers strive for. I think it's time for us to become very good friends with generative AI. In my opinion, it's not a threat, right? It's an added value. It will help people and companies to become more efficient. In my opinion, it will have a similar impact on business than the internet had back in the day.
It's playing a great role in the gaming industry and in other industries as well. So, where do you see and what is your opinion regarding the role of Web3 in game development? And is it going to improve? And what will be the next?
That is a great question. Yeah, I mean, maybe to explore that notion a little bit. I mean, obviously, blockchain technology, such as cryptocurrencies and NFTs, are right now first and foremost a potential monetization option for video games. Right. So many live service games offer in-game customization options, such as character skins or other in-game items, which players can earn and trade with other players using in-game currency. Maybe to go a step back, blockchain games have existed since 2017, but they have gained more widespread attention from the video game industry in 2021. So right now, several AAA publishers have expressed intent to include this technology in the future. But many players, developers, and game companies have criticized the use of blockchain technology in video games for being exploitative, environmentally unsustainable, and plain and simply unnecessary. Right now, a lot of gamers criticize the graphics and the gameplay, as well as question the necessity of the technology in gaming, but they forget one thing. Blockchain gaming is still in its infancy, right? It's important to understand that it takes a long time to create a good game. When Angry Birds first came out in 2010, it showed the world what mobile games can be. That didn't mean that Angry Birds is the best mobile game ever, nor did it demonstrate that this is the future of mobile gaming, but it got people excited about mobile gaming. Web3 games are at that stage currently. Quality games that are fun to play, in my opinion, are just around the corner. I mean, the gaming industry has invested $3 billion in blockchain-based gaming in 2022. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. But the most important point that I want to make when it comes to blockchain games is that it will massively impact the diversity of games available to play for one simple reason. Right now, large studios are focusing on a handful of games that create value for them, since right now what happens is that that the users are being mined for dollars over time. Due to the economics of blockchain-based games, we can now create successful and sustainable games that only have a player base of maybe 10,000 players, right? So people's tastes are very diverse, and Web3 will allow smaller studios to develop successful games without having a huge user base like today's AAA titles, and hence, hence give gamers the freedom to choose what they want to play and how they want to engage with a game.
I agree with your point. So is AirConsole going to develop some Web3 based games or blockchain based games? What are your opinions?
Well, at the current stage, it's important to understand that AirConsole is curating. It's a platform that curates games, right? We are not developing the games. We have developed some of the games that are available on our platform, but most of them are curated from third-party studios. We port them onto our platform. So obviously, we are going to go in line with the trends of the industry, right? Whatever the industry produces, we're going to adapt.
Okay, it's amazing. It's amazing. So let's talk about now MWC. So what are your plans for MWC?
Yes, first and foremost, obviously to see Barcelona. It's my first time, so I mean, events such as MWC, they're great for us. It's a fantastic platform for us to connect with our partners, as well as meet the network with new prospective partners. This year, we will have a booth in the Swift Pavilion at MWC, which is hosted by Swift Global Enterprise. I want to say that AirConsole has created the standard for in-car gaming. So by using the smartphone as a controller, we have solved the input problem that all our competitors have. Because let's be honest, who wants to take a game controller into their car? And even more, how long will you actually play a video game on your touchscreen going like this? I mean, you have to lean forward. Nobody's going to do that. So this year, our focus at MWC will be to educate automotive OEMs about our solution and the new standard for in-car gaming, as well as also to learn more about the hardware that they are using in their cars. We want to make sure that they won't get left behind when it comes to gaming in cars.
Does these kinds of events help in business development as well? Or it's all about...
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Because, I mean, so as I told you initially, I joined AirConsole in the end of last year, in September of last year, and since then I have attended multiple events such as IBC in Amsterdam, ATD Summit in Bangkok, and all of these events were extremely fruitful for us. We meet a lot of potential partners. We have great conversations during the events. We have meetings outside of the events. We meet people at after parties, at dinners. We get to talk to the decision makers. For us, it's a great platform to showcase our platform, our product, our vision, and to connect with the right people. It's a brilliant mean for us to develop our business and to get in touch with the people that we want to talk to.
Yeah, it's always been a very amazing to the best part about such events is that you can know you will get to know about what is going on in the industries, what other people are doing, and how we can as a person, as a business person, can evolve, and what we can do in the business industry, in IT industry, since IT industry is evolving day by day with speed of light. So yeah, I think
Agreed, yeah.
these kind of events should happen more often. Daniel, where do you see AirConsole in 2030? What are your plans, by the way?
In, in 2030, I mean, in 2030, our vision as a company is to be on every TV screen, in every living room, and in every car. Right? We want to make sure that people can play video games without having to own hardware, without having to buy a PlayStation, without having to pay huge amounts for cloud gaming subscriptions. Being able to play where they are, whenever they want, right? Being at home in their living room with their family, or being on the road in their car. I mean, obviously, we have to understand, right, that we have currently a big shift to electric vehicles, right? So when you're on the road with this car, you obviously need to charge it. What are you going to do during that time? You can watch Netflix maybe, but also you can do something interactive. You can play a video game. You can engage with your family. I mean, also, let's say you're going to the dentist with your kids, right? And one of your kids has to wait for the other kids to complete his appointment. I mean, right now they're just going to be bored. With AirConsole, they can just wait in the car and play video games. And the video games that they are going to play, they're actually going to be fun, and they're going to be entertaining. And we can also make sure that they're that content that we deliver is appropriate for the respective ages of the players. So I think that's very important. So obviously, again, for us, it's all about being everywhere, right? And every TV, being in every car.
And I wish you guys achieve what you are struggling for and what you are looking for. And thank you so much, Daniel, for giving me your precious time. It was amazing talking to you, getting to know about the new trends in 2023 and what is going on in the gaming industry. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, C. It was my pleasure. And all the best to you, and have a great day.
Thank you.